Hello, this is Rays of Red, and welcome to Movies I Hate. Uh, I don't even have a script for this, really. I'm just gonna fucking talk about this movie. Megan is Missing is garbage. Like, from every possible angle. And it would be one thing if it were just a shit movie. But, like, this movie actually kind of pisses me off. There's not much to say, I guess, that hasn't already been said, but this movie is generally, it's just exploitation. It's exploiting serious issues and, like, people's, generally parents, fears, and it does it in such a terrible way, terrible, unrealistic, just mismanaged way that it just pisses me off, like I said. Uh, I when I watched it, I actually had to skip the last 20 minutes, and there's things that I've seen that are technically worse, but it just pissed me off that it's a torture porn scene, with an underage girl, which is great, but you can't have that. You can't have a drawn out torture porn scene after you just went on this moral crusade. You can't pretend that having this gives you a moral high ground. And like by the end of the movie, I was so fucking done that I did not want to see more of it. At least the after credits scene has them singing Baby Shark. It came out before, that one video, because, regular nursery rhyme song, but that's beside the point. But this movie, everything, like, topics of trauma, it's all just for shock value, made by someone who has no idea and honestly doesn't seem like they care to understand anything they're talking about. Like, the one scene where she's describing being molested by a camp counselor, I could, that, I was honestly surprised. It took a lot to just not shut the movie off. Like, I watched this for free. I mean, it had ads. I watched it for free, and I still want a fucking refund. But, everyone's already said how unrealistic and terrible the dialogue is, but that scene in particular, or the general topic of trauma, it's, like, instead of, oh, her trauma made her vulnerable to a predator because she felt pushed to a predator. The predator, the scene where she's actually talking to the guy is like a half an hour into the movie. Like, there's a half an hour of this movie that you can just fucking skip. Like, God, it's just not good. And, like I said, whoever made this doesn't seem to understand. Michael Goy, I believe his first name's Michael. The last name is Goy. I'll fucking look that up. I don't like that I know his name, because I just don't respect anything this movie does. You could have made a movie like this, have, like, the video diary thing. That's an interesting idea. Have a girl document a video diary about how she meets this man and she feels sort of pushed into his arms because of her life and how she's made vulnerable. But honestly, the movie seems to spend a lot of time just slut-shaming this teenager, and I don't like it. I don't know why this movie is... Well, I do know why the movie is, because the writer is a dipshit who, you can take... He wants to, take buzzwords and serious issues to promote the movie, and then, well, fuck, the movie doesn't have to be good. And then you can hide behind the fact that you're covering a serious issue, and then just say, I'm covering a serious issue, and, well, if you don't like it, then you're an insensitive prick. But this movie is actually, it just felt wrong to watch. You can make a fucked up movie. I don't care if you make a fucked up movie. Like, take, like, an August Underground or even like a Serbian film, at least those movies don't pretend to have a moral fucking high ground to do their torture porn. Like, if you're gonna have fucked up things in a movie and not actually have a message, don't pretend you have a message. Fuck. So I mentioned the scene where she talks about, being molested by a camp counselor, and everything is wrong. She doesn't, it's this weirdly pornographic way, and there is nuance with how people experience trauma, but what really, really bugs me is how her friend, and the characters are like 13, 14 in this movie, so at that age, you would know if your friend is fucking telling you this, that something is wrong and something horrible has happened to her, and Amy, the friend, is just like giggling and asking questions, like she doesn't understand that something's wrong. Like, even though, like, she's sheltered and everything, but she should know that this is a crime that happened to her friend. And what's more annoying is that later there's a scene, which, it's not a great scene, but it's significantly better, and it makes this scene completely unnecessary, where Megan opens up about other trauma, and her friend actually reacts like a human this time, and, she's trying to comfort her, because it's almost like the scene, two different people wrote these scenes. I don't know why that one scene had to be in the movie. It's, other than to scare parents that, oh, your kid is doing things, which, like, that is a legitimate fear of not knowing what, and, like, the next scene, the trauma she experiences and how she's in an abusive family, is a very significant point that is sort of just glossed over and doesn't actually connect to the actual plot of the film. It doesn't do it in a way where it's how trauma can lead vulnerable girls to, or anyone who's vulnerable, into a horrible situation and into the arms of a predator. It's like, you could just cut those out and start it at the part where she's talking with the guy. It's basically the same movie. There's just no connection. It's butchered so horribly, and I don't get how people took this movie seriously, other than they saw that it's about serious things, and it's like, oh, I gotta like this movie, and, we have to talk about these issues. Which, like I said, this movie is just exploitation. It's super exploitative, and I can't stand it. Like, and I was looking at other people who could stand to watch the full 20-minute scene, and it's like, and they said, it's not that bad, but I don't want to give this movie more time than I've already given it, because of how much it actually just pisses me off. At the end of the day, in conclusion, if you want to make a shocking torture movie, just make a fucking shocking torture movie. Don't beat us over the head with morality that you clearly do not actually have.